Louisiana enacted a new law requiring every public school in the state to display a specific version of the Ten Commandments in each classroom. Republican Governor Jeff Landry, who signed the law with the provocative, "I can't wait to be sued," end quote, is clearly aiming to challenge the separation of church and state. The law has sparked a heated debate with people blatantly arguing that it blatantly violates the First Amendment, which prohibits government endorsement of religion. Here is noted biblical scholar Donald Trump's take on the situation.
Arrest you. Who likes the Ten Commandments, by the way, going up in the schools? They think it's such a bad thing. I said, has anyone read the "Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt"? I mean, has anybody read this incredible stuff? It's just incredible. They don't want it to go up. It's a crazy world, you know.
Bill, how many you think he could name?
I guarantee you he can't name one of the 10 commandments.
Not one?
You've never seen a commandment the way I commend. I commend them the greatest. I guarantee you that boy don't know nothing about a commandment or a commandment.
He said it's amazing.
He wanted to say it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's the greatest document I've ever seen. You've seen it. I've seen it. We've all seen the 10 Commandments. You commend your neighbor when they buy your Trump ties. I commended Stormy Daniels after the job she did.
Absolutely. No. You know, it's something. And he did have a strong take on it. Dex, do you feel like Donald Trump should be fighting this 10 Commandment war as part of his campaign?
I think it's one of those things people are talking about it and people care about it. So like whatever the people care about, you do have to like lean down and talk about it a little bit. I just think it's crazy. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. Display them if you want to. I just think it's a little crazy that the kids in the schools can learn about the 10 Commandments, but they can't learn about Harriet Tubman. Like you don't want that to be taught, but you want them to learn about the 10 Commandments. I just think that we're doing something wrong here.
One happened. Critical race theory is interesting. When you get to that point in life. Will the 10 Commandments solve all of the problems and turn the country around? Starting in Louisiana.
They just invented these commandments, and now they're being placed in classrooms, and now all the problems in education are going to go away. If you stop teaching about the blacks and slavery and you put the 10 Commandments in there, all will be well.
Okay.
Let me say this though. Right. Dex made a comment and said when people are talking about it, you have to lean into it. I was in Louisiana. When I tell you, I literally just landed from Louisiana on Saturday. Them people ignorant as hell, and they don't go to school. And I tell you, they don't know nothing about what's going on. Ain't nobody talking about it. I had no idea this. Like literally, I came home and there was a barrage of things that the Louisiana governor has done. And I was like, well, wait a minute.
But it's never the places where, except for Florida, but usually this stuff doesn't happen in places that affects the actual people. The people that are talking about this are people that live in Philadelphia. Like they're people who are in New York City. That's who care about the 10 Commandments being displayed in Louisiana, not the people in Louisiana. They really want just clean drinking water. That's what they want.
They don't, my real question is
clean drinking water. 4 p.m. That's all they want.
That's what they want. In Texas, like they just want hookah, but you over here talking about y'all need to learn how to vote. Like they're not looking to vote. They want to smoke the hookah. That's it.
They don't care.
Ty, what was you saying?
I'm wondering, like, what is their plan if someone refuses to display the 10 Commandments? And
like, I guess they'll strip their funding.
Stripping funding from schools because, like, what?
That's always the ultimate punishment. It's like punishing children.
But what does this hurt though? Like displaying it, what does it? What does it accomplish and what does it hurt? Like, what's the conversation?
I think there's a net -0 in all of this. I feel like it's completely pointless. There is no positive. There is no negative besides pissing people off. That's the negative.
Because I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. Them people in Louisiana can't read word for damn no how.
I'm not about
Hold up, Bill. They was sneaking them tablets up in them schools. That's why nobody noticed.
You assuming that they went to school?
It is summer. No, you're right. They probably did during summer. Yeah, no one knows. You're right. No one's talking about it because school is out.
Gas was $1.50 per gallon.
Damn, bro. You should have brought us back to
breakfast. I had a full breakfast for $10.
Hold on.
Ain't going to no damn school.
What kind of full breakfast did you have? What did you have?
I had grits and fried fish, daggone eggs, and they had bacon.
Hold up. You had that grits with that greasy fish that we was talking about?
I showed them fried that fish good.
At 7 a.m.
It wasn't 7 a.m. It was more like 9:30 a.m. So
whatever.
All right, keep going with the meal. Grits, some fried fish, fried hard. I know.
And I mean, that fish was fried harder than a mug. You hear me? They dipped that thing in that grease, and they probably double fried it. And then they made us some biscuits. I'm talking about. Greta was in the back making them biscuits from scratch. You hear me? And then they brought out some butter and some jelly, and we had eggs, and we had bacon, and the table had sausage. I don't eat that swine. Y'all know. Okay. They don't have no turkey products, of course, right? Because
why would they?
Exactly.
For $10 and a cup of coffee?
And chicken and waffles with a large orange juice. I didn't spend $10.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta go down. Well, if you don't mind the 10 Commandments being hung and slavery connotations.
For you
went down. That's the only caveat is you can only go when the sun is up. The sun get down, honey, you better be back on that base. Yeah.
Look. Otherwise, you're gonna be just like the 10 Commandments.
Yeah. Hanging from a classroom.
Goodbye. Let us know how your disapproval in the comments.